The Pesach, the holiday of Pesach, resonates with me as an LGBT member because of the essence of this story. We're talking about a story of freedom. The Jewish people were slaves, and they got free. They got released, and I think this is the story of, at least, of how I look at my own identity as an LGBT member that was, in the closet for many, many years. And I think us as a community, as in the LGBT community, we were in the closet. Some of us still are in the closet. And this story of freedom is a story that inspires me as a Jew, but also as a gay guy that got out of the closet and that needs to remember that not to be ashamed of who he is. If I want to add any question to the 4 questions, so the 4 question is this part when we are, right, Ma nishtana halayla hazeh mikol halelot, when in every night we are doing something, but in Pesach we're doing it differently. And I think one of the things that I would maybe offer to add is that every night we always try to differentiate between female and male. In Hebrew, it's even worse. Shelcha, shelach. And we look at the world from a very, binaric way, like female and male. Maybe tonight, the night of Pesach, we will try to look at things without that perspective. I think one of the things that we often maybe resonates with me and I often add to the Seder plate is the orange. And traditionally, orange was not part of the Seder plate, but it's been added later to represent the female equality, and the idea is that also women should and could be part of the ceremonies and part of Judaism, and just as equal as men. And I truly believe that equal rights for LGBTs will come when first there's going to be equal rights for female, for women. And I think this is the beginning, whether it's in Judaism or whether it's in our society. So that's part of the essence of Pesach. I actually would not go back, if I want to add any stories to the Pesach service, I would not go back too long ago and to such different countries. I would go back to earlier in the previous century, and here in New York, and I would share the story of Stonewall. And I think the story of Stonewall is the beginning of the liberation of the LGBT community. And I think it's very appropriate to share this story around this Seder table, because it's, again, liberation of the beginning of freedom of so many people, that we all of us LGBT members are feeling the implications of that and the benefits of that. I think the LGBTQ status in the world, and particularly in Israel, needs to be still addressed. And there are many things that needs to be changed. And I can say, at least about Israel, that even though in Israel things are okay, they're not good enough. And I think Pesach should also remind us our goals are as a community of what we want to achieve. The road is still long. We did not get to where we want to go yet, but we're definitely on the way. And I think that's part of the messages that can come from the Seder if we want to add it through LGBT kind of thing.